Okay, let's dive in. We have a really fascinating stack of sources today, and they all circle around one core idea that I think separates the businesses that scale from the ones that, well, the ones that just stagnate.
Leverage.
Exactly, leverage. So our mission for this deep dive is to really analyze how elite entrepreneurs are getting this rapid, predictable growth. And it seems to be by using these deeply integrated AI-driven operating systems.
It's a huge shift in mindset. The sources we're looking at, which focus a lot on the approach from an entrepreneur's mind, or AEM, they're not just talking about selling more.
Right.
They're talking about engineering an entire environment where growth is predictable, it's efficient, and, this is key, it's legally protected.
That's the core idea we're digging into. ADM positions itself as this premier consulting firm, and they're really championing one concept.
Which is?
Using an integrated AI operating system, like their strategic chat AI, to 10x your profit potential, handle all your customer chats, manage payments, all of it in one place.
And that leads directly to the foundational problem that these sources are trying to solve.
The Frankenstein model.
Exactly, the Frankenstein model. Most businesses are just duct taping everything together. You've got a CRM over here, a booking system there, an email platform somewhere else.
And nothing talks to each other properly?
Nothing. It creates data silos, broken handoffs, and just massive, massive inefficiency. So the goal is to stop duct taping and start building a single, unified digital marketing engine.
A single, coherent machine instead of a collection of parts.
That's it.
Okay, so let's jump right into what that machine actually looks like. The sources break it down into 3 pillars, which are universal for any sales cycle, really. Capture, nurture, and close.
Right, but it's the integration that makes it work. So for the capture stage, you're looking at really low-friction ways for a lead to get in touch.
Like landing pages, surveys, that sort of thing?
Exactly. High-converting landing pages, flexible forms, calendars where people can just book themselves in, an inbound phone system. The whole point is making it dead simple for a lead to say, hey, I'm interested.
And once you capture them, you hit the nurture stage, which, to be honest, is where most businesses completely drop the ball.
It's the biggest bottleneck. If follow-up is manual,
Speed dies. You lose them.
instantly. So the sources show this deep automation. I mean, messaging a lead immediately across every channel. Automated voicemails, forced calls, SMS, emails, even Facebook Messenger.
That speed is the whole game.
It is. And then that moves you to the close stage. And the system needs built-in tools for that. You have to be able to collect payments right away, finalize the appointment, and have analytics that show you what's working.
Without that last part, you're just flying blind. You might get the sale, but you'll have no idea why.
Exactly.
And beyond that basic cycle, the sources point to how integration solves these other really common, really annoying pain points, like just basic customer management.
Oh, it's total chaos for most businesses.
Yeah.
Think about just messaging.
Right.
You're checking a separate inbox for texts, another one for Facebook DMs, another for Google Messages. This system just routes everything into one single inbox. It just simplifies communication so much.
And I saw they mentioned online reviews, which is something businesses always say they want, but never really have a system for.
Yeah, because it's usually a manual, oh, I forgot to ask kind of thing. This automates it. It sends a review request by text right after a service is done or a product is bought.
And you manage all the responses from that same inbox?
All of it. And they do the same thing with payments.
Yep.
You know, getting rid of financial friction. This text-to-pay thing is brilliant.
Just makes it easier to get paid.
It makes it faster, period. The fewer steps a client has to take, the quicker the money hits your account.
I think the most elegant feature in this whole section, though, has to be the missed call text back.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's pure loss prevention.
Explain that.
Well, think about it. A new lead calls, you miss it. They're gone. They're calling your competitor in, what, 90 seconds?
Right.
This system, the moment the call is missed, it automatically sends a text that says something like, sorry we missed your call, how can we help?
So it turns a lost call into a live conversation.
Instantly. It just buys back revenue that would have been completely lost. It's a perfect example of smart automation.
Okay, so that's the foundation. Let's pivot now to the AI layer on top of that, especially with social media, because for so many entrepreneurs, social is still just a giant time sink.
It is, but the market context here is just, it's urgent. The sources say social media ad spend is going to top $220 billion by the end of this year.
$220 billion.
And get this, the social commerce market, people actually buying stuff on social platforms, is set to hit $1 trillion by 2028. $1 trillion.
Wow. And something like 58% of consumers say they find new businesses on social media.
So it's not a hobby anymore, it's a transaction hub. But you're right, for most companies, the process of creating content and posting and all that, It's slow and it's expensive.
And that's the problem this AI approach is trying to solve.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Instead of hiring a big, expensive agency or a full-time social media manager, you leverage AI to automate the content creation, the scheduling, optimizing the post times. It just drives the cost per post way down and gets you results much faster.
It turns social from a cost center into a growth engine.
That's the goal.
But the big question, the one I know you're thinking about, is quality. Does the content just feel robotic?
Yeah, that's the natural pushback, right? And the sources are really clear on this. The AI is a co-pilot, not the pilot.
Okay.
It handles the grunt work,
Yeah.
the scheduling, the analysis, drafting initial ideas.
Yeah.
But the human strategist is still essential. They provide the creative direction, they define the brand voice.
Yeah.
It all starts with a deep brand discovery session with a human.
So you're pairing human creativity with AI's efficiency.
You got it. And that lets your human talent focus on the high-value strategic work.
Let's talk numbers, because the source material gets very specific on the ROI. They have this monetized value stack, and the numbers are pretty high-popping. They estimate the total monthly value of this system is somewhere between $16,000 and $38,000
Yeah.
or more.
Right, and we should look at that as the high-end potential.
Yeah.
But how they break it down is what's really insightful. It's about reframing the investment.
From a cost to a profit center.
Exactly. So on the saving side, they estimate you save at least $4,000 a month on labor costs alone just because the AI is doing the work of a team member.
And then there's the data science part.
Yeah, saving another $1,500 to $3,000 a month because you don't need a dedicated data analyst. The system just gives you the insights. Plus, another $500 to $1,000 just by not having to pay for all those separate software subscriptions.
But the big number, the really compelling one, is on the revenue generation side.
That's the main event. An estimated $10,000 to $30,000 or more in new monthly revenue from these optimized, scalable campaigns.
And to get there, they focus on specific metrics. They're very clear. They ignore what they call vanity metrics.
Yeah, follower counts, likes, general impressions. They don't care about that. They track the things that actually matter to the bottom line.
Yeah.
Website traffic, qualified leads, and actual sales.
It all comes back to the profit and loss statement.
Always.
Okay, so if the AI is handling the social content, the next logical step is automating that first interaction with a new lead.
Which brings us to the 24/7 AI appointment bot, StrategiChat.
Right. The sources frame this as the solution to the ultimate bottleneck, which is losing leads because your team has to sleep.
This is where you really see leverage in action. I mean, McKinsey found that companies using AI are 50% more productive. 50.
And it's not some far-off future thing. IBM reported that, 64% of CEOs are swapping out their old systems for AI right now.
Right now. I mean, the biggest players in the world already do this. Google has Duplex for booking appointments. Salesforce has Einstein AI. Amazon's Q&A is all AI. They all automated their front door.
So StrategiChat is designed to give that same power to smaller businesses.
Exactly. It's like a clone of your best salesperson, but one that works 24/7 and never gets tired. And the tech is pretty sophisticated. It trains itself just by reading your website.
So it's not some generic chatbot.
Not at all. It's a natural language processing tool trained specifically on your brand and works everywhere. A TeleMS, Messenger, web chat, even Instagram DMs. It captures that lead no matter where they show up.
And the follow-up is key.
The fortune is always in the follow-up. And this has pre-built automated campaigns to turn a new lead into a booked appointment as fast as humanly possible.
And what about old leads?
That's the really cool part. It can go back into your CRM, find those old dead leads, and re-engage them. It can turn a dead lead into a booked appointment, sometimes in less than 24 hours. Just pure revenue revival.
So once that bot qualifies the lead and books the meeting, you need a powerful tool to actually convert them.
Right, and this is where the sources pivot to interactive video. The idea is that in a saturated market, a simple static video just gets ignored.
And they position this as a high-end conversion tool. They cite a case study showing an 83% average increase in conversion rates.
With the potential for over $58,000 in extra monthly revenue, it's a big claim.
And I have to pause on this. They say the technology is proprietary and that AEM only works with clients on an exclusive basis, one per niche per area.
Which is a huge point. It's positioned as a genuine competitive advantage, not just another tool anyone can buy. The value is in the personalization.
So how does it work?
It creates choice points in the video. The viewer can literally choose their own path through the sales message.
Like a choose-your-own-adventure for a sales pitch.
Pretty much. And because the viewer is actively choosing, they're engaged. The data shows it leads to a 14 times higher click-through rate, and people spend an average of 5 minutes or more with the content.
They're basically self-qualifying as they go.
Precisely.
The valuation on this stuff is, well, it's high. An Elite Transformation Package has a setup fee of nearly $25,000.
It does, but they break down why. The source explains the real production cost includes $160,000 for just 8 minutes of high-end 3D animation.
Okay, that's critical context.
So the real cost is presented at almost $200,000, but the projected value in the first year alone is over $250,000. The price is high because the investment to build it is immense. It's a complex sales tool, not just a video.
And they show it works across different industries: GIM, TV, Legal Shield, even mobile mechanics and dentists.
It proves the concept is adaptable. As long as the logic is sound, it works.
So we've gone through the platform, the AI, the 2047 sales bots, the conversion tools. But all of that growth can disappear overnight if the business isn't protected.
Absolutely. And that's the final pivot to what they call the small business shield. The sources talk about that silent fear every entrepreneur has.
Legal trouble.
Yeah. Lawsuits, contract problems, IP theft, and the fact that traditional law firms are just terrifyingly expensive.
It's a trap. You avoid lawyers because of the costs. You only call them when there's a huge crisis.
And by then, it's too late. So this Legal Shield plan is presented as the antidote. Predictable, comprehensive coverage so you can be proactive.
And the features cover basically everything: unlimited consultations, contract review, debt collection help.
Even trial defense services and 24/7 emergency access. The whole point is to encourage you to call early before a small issue becomes a massive one.
But the part that really stood out to me was the bonus stack, what I'd call the asset building stack.
That's a great way to put it, because we're talking about foundational business assets valued at over $10,000.
Like trademark filing.
Exactly. Securing your brand, your intellectual property, that's a huge one. Or a professionally drafted employee handbook, which makes sure you're compliant and sets clear rules. That's what a professional operation does.
Plus contract drafting, interstate coverage. It's clearly designed for a business that's planning to grow.
And the scale behind it is impressive. They mentioned over 4.4 million protected businesses and a network of over 900 lawyers.
Each with an average of 22 years of experience.
So it's a proven, established model.
Okay, so let's tie this all together for you, the listener. We've looked at this entire integrated model, and I think there are 3 huge takeaways. First, the power of getting away from those fragmented duct tape systems and into a single engine where data flows freely.
Second, the massive efficiency you gain when you use AI as a co-pilot. You automate the low-value repetitive work, the scheduling, the follow-up, the analysis, and you free up your best people for the creative, high-value work that actually grows the business.
And third, the absolute necessity of treating legal protection and IP as foundational assets. You have to build that legal wall as you grow, not after the fact.
And that leads us to the final thought, which the source material puts so perfectly. It says, AI isn't stealing jobs, it's stealing leverage.
That's powerful.
It is. And for you, the entrepreneur listening right now, the question you have to ask is your business structured in a way that traps you in the daily work? Are you constantly chasing leads and duct-taping systems together? Or are you using integrated systems, the AI bots, the automated follow-up, the unified CRM, to buy back your time so you can work on your business's growth? Because at the end of the day, that investment is the price of leverage.